welcome to PowerTrade, Invest in Success. PowerTrade, let's get going. Australia, John. Cape Town. Great. Take a look at the disclaimer here. I am not a financial advisor. I am a full-time day trader. Just remember that there is risk in trading money, so don't trade money that you can't afford to lose. If you'd like, go ahead, put down what markets you like to trade to. My favorite is gold and oil, personally. But let me know so I get an idea of what Trinidad. I spent a lot of time there in Trinidad a few years ago, putting in some pipelines down that way. 6E and NQ, Sally, gold, and CL, RTY. How's that working out for you, Sally? Stocks. Welcome to the trading format. So we'll get here into the PowerTrade. This is a 20-minute training session on a new topic every week. Live trading for 10 minutes. Join me in a 20-minute interactive mastermind. Is the microphone on? If your computer has a working microphone, you may be asked to join in the conversation during the mastermind. Your participation is very important and will help accelerate your learning curve. Each mastermind includes wins. Tell us about your best trades of the week so far. Lessons. What did you learn this week that would benefit others? Q&A. What can we help clarify that will help you be a better trader? Here's a special announcement coming up. We're reclaiming our roots. For our first 7 years in business, we were known simply as Invest to Success. Then we started using the Winvesting brand and called ourselves Invest to Success, LLC, Winvesting. That's a big mouthful there. Starting next week, we're going back to Invest to Success, a simpler, and it's what most people know us for anyway. About investing. Invest to Success. We are established in early 2009. We've helped out thousands of students and traders like you in over 53 countries around the world. Our focus is to help you get real world profits without risking hard-earned cash. About your host, Ted Posobiec, that's me, Chief Trading Strategist at Invest to Success. Professional trader, primarily futures. I do dabble here and there in stocks and ETFs. Not much, mainly the futures. I'm also a host of the daily E-mini Insider Trading Room at Invest to Success. Quick housekeeping notes, replays. We are recording this and we'll repost the replays as soon as possible. Participate. Your active participation will help you reinforce what you have learned. Suggest if you have topics for future PowerTrades webinars, go ahead and send those in to support@investtosuccess.com. Before we get started, this I think is very important. We're going to get into some of this here a little bit later. If you're risking your own money and the market stop, learn how to trade other people's money with a prop firm, and we would recommend Top Step Trader. You can get funded for up to $150,000 in your trading account. We've done it, and our students have done it also. What's nice about this is you get to keep 80% of the profits with zero risk. So go to www.investtosuccess.com OPM. Other people's money is what the OPM is. For more information, and enter this discount code 20AF18 for a 20% off on your first month. I really recommend that that's how you start learning. Don't risk your own money. Training, part 1 here. If I had to start over, how to day trade a small account using $2,000 or less. Overviews, 6 simple steps. Which markets should you trade? How to develop your trading skills without losing your $2,000. How many contracts should you trade? And how to stay focused. When I was coming up with the section here for this particular topic, I kept thinking of what I would change, and that's what this here, with the different steps to go through, what markets to trade, how to develop your trading skills without losing the 2,000. Some stuff was not available to me at the time, but that's if I were to start all over right as of today, with new things that have came out or maybe I didn't know about at the time. But I think this will be important for you to take a look at what I would do to change it. Maybe it'll help you out here. 6 simple steps. Know your why. Why you want to trade. Know what you're looking for, and maybe even with the why is why you want to do it. Know your what. We're going to get into this a little bit more in depth here. Choose your how. How you're going to go about doing it, and follow a roadmap. Some of you might be already familiar with this. Get proof of your success and teach someone. Those are the 6 steps that I would do, and I have done all of these. Maybe not right at the beginning, but until I started doing this, writing everything down, the what, the why, the how I was going to do it, and made a roadmap to follow everything here. Get proof of the success, either by a bank account or prop firm, and then teach someone how to do it. Even if you're not a public speaker, which I'm not, if you can find someone in your family or a friend, teach them what you're doing. It'll help you reinforce your stuff. Here's step 1, why. To truly succeed at anything in life, you have to be crystal clear on your motivations. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to be a successful trader? It's not for the money. It's for what the money can do for you. That's the why. What can the money do for me? Do you want to escape the job that you hate? Help the loved one? Save for retirement? Travel the world? That would be your why. Mine why was I wanted to, I was getting out of diving, the diving industry, and I wanted to have an income that where I'd be comfortable with being my own boss. It's not because I hated my job. It's because I was ready to move on. I could see things were slowly declining in the oil field. And I was able to do this and travel also. So there's my why. Keep it in, know that why, and know exactly why you want to do it. Keep it in front of you to help you stay focused every day. Once I made my why, I had it up on my wall. I needed to find a job to be comfortable with what I'm doing. Didn't need to make as much as I was. So I was able to come down a little bit, be at a steady rate of income. Why? Yours could be that you need to get out of your job. You don't. You want to be traveling. Again, saving for retirement. I'm still able to do all of that. What? Exactly how much money do you need to make in the markets? I might have got a little ahead of myself there. To achieve your freedom. More is way too vague. Exactly how much money did I need? I did not know until I sat down and wrote out all the bills, all my expenses and stuff like that, and then I came up with a, I had a, still do, I like to make it about $400 a day. But with things going on, I'm able to bring that down a little bit. Some of you might need more than that. So write down, unless you know exactly what you need for the month to live on with mortgages, car payments, insurance, stuff like that, you're not really going to know how much, what is needed to get you to where you can do this full time. Identify the what you need to make on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So I know what I need to make daily, weekly. I don't really look at the daily so much anymore. Mine goes more into what I need to have by the end of the month, because daily can get you thrown off a little bit. So look at the bigger picture at the end of the month, or I'd start out on a daily to get going. Then you know what you have to have by the end of the week. This will help you escape the rat race, and you'll know right down to the penny of what you have to actually have to have, and it give you a more clear and realistic profit target. The how. Now it's time to pick up a trading strategy that fits your trading personality and time frames. That's very important. Find a strategy that interests you. There are plenty of free trading videos out on investtosuccess.com and YouTube. Avoid strategies that overload the charts with indicators. Keep it simple. When I first started, I thought the charts that had all the interesting stuff on there, and that was the way to go. That was a big mistake. You learn a lot by trial and error, but avoid the stuff that have all kinds of indicators, because you're really not going to know what they're doing. You need to understand what each indicator does. And I personally would learn one indicator at a time, or like MAs, no more than 3 of those at a time. You'd have a crossover pullback, stuff like that. Anything else, it gets way too overwhelming. Once you choose a method, learn it from start to finish. Take it in sim until you know it like the back of your hand. I jumped from one thing to another. I did not start from the beginning. If I'm starting a new method or learning a new method now, I will completely clear my charts and only concentrate on that one method that I'm learning to do. By whoever's given it to me. It doesn't matter who I'm learning it from. I need to do that from the very beginning, even to just the basic chart setup of how they set the chart up. Yes, I can set a chart up, but I need to see how they are doing it. So heck, there might be something that I miss and that I didn't know about. So it's a good thing to start from the beginning and go in steps, one step at a time. Once you've defined your what, your why, what, and how, you need a roadmap, trading plan to guide you on the way to achieve your trading goals. We've created a simple one-page trading plan tool that is completely customized to your goals. It only takes a few minutes to fill it out, but it's invaluable in keeping you to help you stay focused on a daily basis. When we came up with this, I'd filled it out a couple of times, and there was things in there that I before on my own that I didn't have in, but when I got together with Dan and some other guys, it made me realize that you know, you might be overthinking that you need to make more or make more, or maybe you're not making enough what you think yourself. I ended up finding out that, well, heck, I didn't need to make $400 to be comfortable. and still maintain the lifestyle that I was accustomed to. It's 100% free at www.investosuccess.com. So take a look at that, the roadmap there at investosuccess.com. It is free. Proof. How do you know that you have finally gotten over the hump and you can honestly say that you are a successful day trader? When you can show proof from an independent third party, that's when you can do it. Like I said earlier, we recommend that you use a prop firm to provide trading capital. This enforces good money management habits and provide accountability and a third-party verification. It's a great way to let you know your system is working or that you are actually following your rules. So that's without risking your own money. I wish I had known about this when I first started. The best part is you can generate real tangible profits in a risk-free environment. So once you get through the Top Step program, you're trading with live money. And whatever you make, you get to keep, with Top Step anyway, you get to keep 80% of those profits. Step 6, teach. Studies show that you will retain 70% of what you do and 90 to 100% of what you teach. Let that sink in. Teaching reinforces what you've learned and forces you to break it down in a way that can help someone else. Does that make sense? It does to me. Anyone who has taught others how to trade will verify that the process of teaching actually makes them a better trader. You don't have to, if you want to start up a website or something to trade, you don't have to do it that way. Even if you sat down in front of your computer and recorded yourself teaching someone, you could be just talking to a recording, but it will help you reinforce what you've done. Teach someone, make a recording of yourself teaching or going through all your steps. These six simple steps are what we call the profitability path, and they apply to both beginner and expert traders alike. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or more experienced. We provide the tools that walk you through all 6 steps for free, starting in November 2017. You can get details here at www.investing.com. Which market should you trade? Stick with the market traded by the strategy you choose. If you're trading a method that where the instructor is only trading NQ, then only trade NQ on that. Don't try to jump because and it doesn't matter who you go through. If they're teaching you CL on a particular method, only do that particular market. Don't try to take what you already know and say this, whoever's teaching me NQ and I'm going to jump to CL. Here's the problem that I came up with. I learned how to trade 6E and CL first. When I went in to learn somebody's method on NQ, I was not focusing on what was being taught while trading NQ because I kept going back to CL and 6E. It was a disaster until I sat down and only learned what they were teaching on NQ. From front to end, was I able to get that, and then later on I was able to add what I had learned with that market and add that to CL and 6E. There might be some nuances in there that didn't work, or I don't want to say nuances, a particular indicator might not be set up for CL. So I was able to learn how to adjust indicators to make them work for that particular market, because every market is a little different. Never trade more than 2 markets while starting out. Well, there was the other problem I had: 6C, CL, NQ, YM, ES. I trade a lot of that stuff, the same stuff now, but until I stopped trading, all the stuff went to only 2 markets. Was I able to get better? I like trading the method that I've got now. Yes, I can trade 6 different things at the same time, but I don't recommend anybody doing more than 2 when they're starting out. It just gets way too confusing, especially if there's different methods for each particular market. You might have something that you say you like in my room. I'll trade gold from 8 o'clock to 8:45, let's say. And then once 8:45, 8:50 comes around, I'll swap over to CL. But that's all I'm looking at that particular time. So I'm only actually looking at one market. Yes, I have stuff on my other screens that you, as a student or a client, would come in that you don't see. I am monitoring other things at the same time, and it's not that easy to do. So pick 2 markets and stick with those at the most, and I think it'll help you out in the long run. Master the trading strategy you chose before starting to learn a new one. In other words, don't learn halfway, get distracted by other strategies. I found that this was a real hard thing for me to do when I'm going to say the first 2 years of trading, because I find that a strategy didn't work. I never finished it all the way. I might have a losing day, a couple of days or a week, and I was off looking for a new method. Maybe somebody had a fancy indicator that I thought was going to give me an easy in, easy out. But you have to finish it all the way to the end. How to develop your trading skills without losing your $2,000. Trade in simulation. Trade using market replay to back test. Find a prop firm for trading other people's money. Those 3 things right there. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours on market replay. Hundreds of hours in simulation. And then once you find a prop firm to trade other people's money, it just helps. You have somebody holding you accountable when you have this that you don't have in simulation or market replay. Build your OPM account up, then move your profits to your $2,000 account. This creates a bigger cushion if you decide to trade your own money. You'll risk other people's money before you risk your own. There's where I would go. That's definitely the way I'd start all over again. Find a trading mentor you trust, live or recorded videos. If you find someone that you like, you trust them. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of good stuff. It's just finding the right one that fits you. You might have someone that teaches the same thing. It can be almost the same thing. Let's say just a crossover pullback trade. You might have 4 people that teach the same thing, but what you need to do is find one that you can relate to, whether it's the vocabulary, how it's actually put out to you. It will fit. I know I play guitar. I go to different, still even today, I have different people that I learn from, and people will learn from me also. everybody teaches it a little different. Everybody has their own method of doing it, maybe a style. You'll end up learning your own in trading. And I use playing guitar and trading, teaching about the same way. How many contracts should you trade? Start out with only one contract. This is what I would do. I didn't. Set your initial goal at $50 or $60 a day or more. Just set one. I like $50 to $60 a day. Once you have doubled your account, you can add another contract. Do this in sim first before trading it live, and you have to be honest with yourself. You have to do this in sim like you were doing it live, because you're going to do it, whatever you do in sim, you're going to end up carrying that over to live. So if you're messing around in sim, you're going to carry that over into your live trading. It happened to me. I know I spent several months making $50 a day until I built up the account. I did this in simulation, then I did it in my live account, and now I can trade up to 14 contracts if I want. I don't like doing it. I do occasionally, but it's not very often. Do this in sim before you trade it live. This could take 120 days or longer. 60 days in sim until you double your account, then 60 days live. How to stay focused. Take and keep your notes. Write your rules out so you can use the roadmap. Write your goals out. Write out a business plan. Follow the profitability path, the six simple steps. Find a prop firm to trade with so you don't risk your own money before getting consistent. No risk, more restful sleep, and better focus. That will help you. I know when I was trading my own money live starting out, I couldn't stay focused when I lost $2,000, $2,500 in a day. It's because I didn't follow rules. I didn't have nothing. So I really sat down and I thought about this, and the six simple steps that we have here at Invest to Success is what I would go back through and wish I had seen that to begin with. Let's take a look at some charts. It's almost 2 o'clock here. We should have a decent trade coming up. And let's see, it's there already. I do want to take a look at what's going on here. We're sideways here. I'm going to just bracket. I got 3 contracts out here. It's what I was trading at the news. We're going to go over that. It happens to be my best trade for the week. What I do see is possible price coming down here. I'm going to take, we've got a spot here. That's the range that I'm looking at for price to go, 8 seconds. This here could take a little bit of time to pop up. It might not happen right away. There we go. And I do want to bring this down. I do have a 5-tick stop. I'm going to make it a 4. 2 contracts out at the first and 1 out at the third. Actually, I'm going to keep that up right there. I'm looking at this one here now, that swing there. If this does take me out, I'll keep it in and wait to see if it goes down short. Then I wanted to see it come down. It's too bad that I want to see if I should have not moved the 5 ticks. That would be $150 I lost, and I didn't really want to risk that much. I think what I'll do here, now I'm down to 400. 2 contracts. I don't want to risk too much more. No volume spike there. Looking for the last volume spike. We're back here. We've got a long probably there. I still like the short area here because of the consolidation here. It's possible that we could break down. Might slide this out of the way, and let me do that. I'll slide this up, and I want to put a line here at quarter after. I like the long here too. Does anybody have any thoughts on what they see? I still see it possibly coming up to here. That's what I like. Check the volume. Yeah, I see the long there too. It's got 800 on the volume. What I don't like is a doji, a hammer, doji. That's what I don't like. I do see it possibly going up. I don't think it's going to go up too high. I don't think it's going to, there I go thinking. From what I can see looks like price to me wants to test that area there. And of course, I see it wanting to test this area here. Take a look at the MAs. They're not a really big slope there. Pull back here to the 21 to go up. I'm going to give that a try. You also see the 50% retracement. Yeah, everybody's got the same idea, some resistance above. Yeah, there is definitely resistance above. We are in an area here of consolidation. So I think it's going to break. It's going to break one way or the other. Of course, I can say that because we know it's going to do it. But I see areas here for target that I'm looking for. I do see a possible. I'd get my target. and the same way down here. But it's definitely, what I could do is just put a box out here. And actually that's what it's going to do. Wait for a commitment to go up, pull back, and then get in for the long. But it could be off the same candle that it gets me in, and do the same thing for the bottom. But right here's the spot that I've got. I've got more problems to the downside because of this area right here. Barely getting a target if I don't get slipped. I still think it looks like it wants to go up. That's why I say, Myers, I agree with you on that. You don't think it's going anywhere, but I do see that in about 15 minutes, and then at 2:30, we usually get some movement. I probably should have just waited to get in. I'll move that up, tighten that up. Now that's probably what I should not have done. I am going to remove this. This will be the last trade. I'm not going to, if I take a hit on this, I'm not going to lose any more for the day. Yeah, it's going too much back and forth with the dojis here. Now I can even tighten this up a little more. I still have the room to the upside. Every one of these wicks is resistance. Unless it breaks down through this ledge here, that's what we have right here, a ledge. Could break down through that. Who knows? Price is going to do what price wants to do. Hey, great. You're writing that information down. What was that? The 10:15 and 10:30? I just want to watch this a couple more minutes. I'm going to slide it up. I want to get on to the next section here. I'd normally have a 3-tick target. So if I put I'm going to call this, if this does go up 3 ticks, I would call that a successful trade. I am going to try to get a little more. Yep, good, good. 10:15 and 10:30 also works. Is that every day? Definitely would have got the 3 ticks. I am not going to lose on this. I will take a tick, and I don't mind. There we go. So I did go to 3 ticks. If I'd have left the target alone, definitely would have got my 3 ticks. I've noticed that too. To tell you the truth, the CL, actually all the markets are move that I have noticed over the past several months, that everything moves fairly well after 10 o'clock. Less stress for me. So We've already done that. Part 3 of Mastermind, wins, lessons, Q&A. Mastermind wins. What was your best trade so far this past week? If you have a microphone, let me know. I'll unmute you. Otherwise, just type it in the chat box. I'd like to say that my best trade was the news trade for the oil report today, but that's not where I ended up going in with 3 contracts. And I had 2 at 5 and 1 at 8. I was debating whether to go to 10. I brought it down a couple of ticks, but I definitely wanted to get 2 at 5 and was hoping for slippage. In this trade here, this particular trade here at the news, I seen that this candle here give me the indication that it wanted to go up. So I had my order in, and as soon as that candle closed, I dropped the order in to go long. Still having a short setup down here. So I did get long. Watching this here's a little not really what I seen. My 8 tick, it give me the 2 targets. The first 2 were taken out, but the second target, or my last 2 at 5, 1 at 8, price went through it and I was never filled. So I came back down and it took me out 5 ticks. I only made 120 on that trade. As price came back down, I entered again to go long, went back up, and then took it back down when it came over here. So off the volume spike, because price came up, came down, I went long. Over here, I seen price come up, and I got in here off this candle to go long. We had another volume, big crease. The price moved up real quick. It started coming down real fast, placed an order in to go long. So I got out of that one with all 3 at +5. So it's not only one particular trade, it was a series of trades. There was a loss in here. I did take a loss of 5 ticks, and then I did lose 150 on one of the trades here that it just went against me. But I was ready to jump back in on my setup using the volume spike. Anybody have their best? What was your best trade? I'm going to say this was my best trade for the session. I am down. Where am I at now? I'm 410. So I lost a little bit on that one trade there. Looks like I could have stayed in just a little bit longer, but hey, I'm fine with it. Nobody had any good trades this week. It doesn't have to be a big amount of money. As you know, did you follow your rules on a certain trade that you did good? Again, this year was several trades, and I was using 3 contracts. If I had used 2 contracts, of course, it wouldn't be up that high. What did you learn this week that would benefit other traders? If you have a microphone, let me know. I'll unmute you. Otherwise, type it in to the chat box. I had some problems again this week with my charts. Everything kept loading up slow. And yesterday I went through and cleaned out some stuff with the NinjaTrader. I'll bring that over here. show you what I do. I'll go to Tools here. It would have to shut down here, and I'll go to Options and hit Data and Reset Database, and thought that's all I needed to do. Came back on this morning. I did that yesterday. Came back on this morning, and I still had the same problem. I had to step out when I came back in to the office. I shut the computer down, brought it back up, and what I ended up having to do is I had to go in and I haven't done it on this computer in a long time. I had to do a clean out of the computer, all the cookies. I don't know what actually made it work, but I went and did I have CC Cleaner. Use that and check the I'm trying to find the I want to bring this program up, and it had been a long time since I had cleaned it. Cleaned the registry out. Once I did a clean sweep, cleaned everything out here, and then I hit the registry, scanned for issues, cleaned that out, restarted the computer again, and that seemed to have let me go with it's not taking as long to load up a chart when, let's say I want to change a M8 from a 20 to a 30. It was taking better than 3 minutes to get that chart back up. Myers has did a bull put spread on GNPR over earnings. Entered yesterday morning and closed out today for $198 with 3 contracts. Very good. Good job, man. What I should have done was before I even went on to start the webinar, I should have opened up Ninja and got all my charts up and then try to do something right there because I could have done all of this prior to going into the room. Or let's say I wasn't in the room, I would have had this all done prior to even trading, because it can give me problems. Hey, if I would have done that and I had a trade in, I can't see where prices are at. Some of you guys were with me last week where I had to call the broker because I had a problem then too. Okay, what was your worst trade? I had a pretty bad day yesterday. I made 30 bucks. I don't know what you mean, Taps. Larry switched over to TradeStation after 15 months with Ninja. Better fills, less slippage. You know, I've been getting a lot of slippage with Ninja lately. Much faster, more. See, I have a problem with trading futures with TradeStation. Wait a minute. I'm thinking of something. I think or swim is what I was thinking of. Gold. Gold was your best trade? Hey, Ted. Your best times of trading is Eastern time morning session. Oh, IB was the worst. Yeah, Eastern time in the morning is my favorite. But like it's saying, morning is still 10 o'clock for me. I'm used to getting in and getting out. I guess for years I'd been done by 9 o'clock. Maybe I'm not just getting into it anymore with that, but I can wait till 10 o'clock, get a little bit more sleep if I wanted. Yeah, and promptly jump right back. Something happened this morning. Yeah, if you got to get used to it. If you have a trade set up that you know and you don't win in the right, jump back in. If you know that it normally works. Found an entry and exit. CL got entry was up 6 ticks and looking for 8 more. Bottomed out. Hit my trail stop for a minus 110 on each. Yeah, that sucks. Now, when you jump back in, did you make it back? Or did you keep losing? See, I'll only give it 2 tries. If it doesn't work the second time, I'm done. Here's a Mastermind QA. What can we help you clarify that will help you be a better trader, better futures trader? If you have a microphone, let me know. I'll be more than happy to unmute you. Otherwise, type it in the box. Yeah, if I have a trade that, sometimes I get carried away. Yeah, I still do it even today. But I try to keep in my mind, I'm only going to do this twice. I'm only going to do this twice. Here's the first time it didn't work, jump back in. It doesn't work. I want to pull the plug. But I think everybody gets in that mode where, I know it's going up. I know it's going up or down regardless. And you keep trying and it keeps taking everything you have back. I get that. You don't jump right back. See, I do jump back in, especially if I can already see a support and resistance area, and price keeps tapping it. Let me give you an example. If I have a overnight high and a low, and even though it acts like say is going up high, and I want that short at the high, I get taken in. I could even already have the order set out. You get taken in, but price keeps going up, and then I start seeing price coming back down. I still want that short at the open, at the overnight high, because the reason why I know this, that normally a breakout at a high or a low normally does not work the first time. So I'll give it 2 shots. Again, then I'm looking at how high it goes up to. If it's not very high, I prefer to take the trade. But sometimes I'll get a volume spike and I'll take it up a little higher. But that all comes in with time, in simulation, market replay, and then doing it live. It's something that is that I know what I'm looking for when I see that. I get what you're saying. If you're looking at another chart, to see if you have an area to get back in. I get it. No questions there. Hey, I appreciate you guys writing in. FYI, CL might have another move to 52.23. I'm game. Let's see. There you go. Look where it tapped up here, came back down. 23. Let's see if I can find that 23. There's 20. 23. I agree. I'm looking at this volume spike here. We could make it up to 27, maybe. 15-minute. Why does a reversal occur? It's because there's no more buyers or sellers at that particular point, or there's more, let's say this spot right here. Why did it reverse there? I don't need to, I would look back for, I've got consolidation here. There's previous marks of resistance, consolidation here, but why would it reverse here? Price went up pretty quick. All the buyers that were down here, seen that a price was good up here, and there's no more people buying up here. They're selling, and then they bring it down. So it's a point of where exhaustion. Buyers are done buying, and then they're starting to sell. Come back down here. Same thing down here. What I look for is a support resistance area of some kind. TJ. 14 and 23. Yes. 14, 23. I can see the resistance. And 14. If I take this line here at 14, put it at 14, I see it more down here. Nope. I agree with your 14. If I go back and look where prices stopped, tried to break through, come back up. We've got a bunch here, bunch here. Now I don't have any R1s, pivot points or anything on here. That's just what I'm looking at, what I see there. I do agree with your 14. You're going to have the problem coming down here past this yellow line. If it can come down back below this, watch for a candle's wick to come down here and head back up. It still might not be ready to go all the way. And we are getting towards the end of the day here, so it could be done anyway. I'm glad that helped you out there, TJ. Words of wisdom: cut your losses, cut your losses, cut your losses. Then maybe you'll have a chance. Do you agree? Type yes or no. Dan, I want you to type that too. Cut your losses, cut your losses, cut your losses. Then maybe you'll have a chance. Thanks, WA. I wish I'd have learned that early on. I can tell you there's there was a couple of days where I'd lose $2,500. $2,000 was nothing to lose. It hurt. I couldn't sleep very good at night. Back then, yeah, that's another story. Wow. The next steps. Where to go from here? Review your notes and take action on at least one thing that you've learned. Visit us at www.investtosuccess.com and check out the Profitability Path. Send in your feedback and suggestions for future topics at support at investtosuccess.com. Shoot, Joe, I don't know what the version. Give me a second here. I'll look that up for you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Joe wants to know what version of CC Cleaner I have. I am running Windows 7 here. I do not have the paid version. I have the free one, so I have to do it manually. I have the newest one. It is 5.36.6278. That's what I have. Nia, let me see. You should be getting an email. Yes, this is recording, and you will get an email. Yep. Joe, do you have it? You're welcome. I've had it for years. I get an update whenever I think it needs it. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining me. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Trade safe, trade smart. You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.